Hey, what's going on, everybody? So today we're going to be doing another rod review. We're going to be talking about the St. Croix Bass X. Alright, so the Bass X that I've got here, this is a 7.4 heavy fast. This is something that originally a buddy of mine had picked up because he loves St. Croix, he loves cork handles, and he was looking for something maybe, I guess, to throw frogs and stuff like that on. I'm really not sure why he picked it up originally. He had a ton of rods at the time, and he wasn't really using this one all that much, so he ended up deciding to get rid of it, and I picked it up for 75 bucks, which is a sick deal on this thing. They go for 120 brand new, and it was practically brand new when I bought it. He had barely used it. So what I've been using this for, I bought it originally just for frogging. That was the sole purpose, and I liked it a lot for that purpose. It's a 7.4 heavy fast, so it's got a nice soft tip, makes it nice and easy for walking those frogs and popping frogs and stuff like that when you're popping around cover and whatnot. For frogging, I'll typically pair it up with a 7:1 gear ratio reel. I use it for flipping also now, so that's something that I decided to do, was to kind of multi-purpose it. I had a 7.6 extra heavy flipping stick that I used to carry around with me. At one point I was carrying up to 8 rods with me just about everywhere, and it started to get a little tiresome. I wanted to cut it down to 4 or 5 max, and 5 is only on some days most of the time. So this fills the purpose. You know, in Florida you need something you can flip and pitch and punch and stuff with pretty much year round. And then you want something to throw a frog with a lot of the time too. So this filled all of those purposes pretty well. It's not the heaviest, stoutest, most ridiculous rod, so some of the like super heavy, if I know I'm going to be doing super heavy punching and stuff like that, I'll break out the flipping stick and bring it with me. But this typically gets, you know, like I said, a 7:1 or an 8:1 gear ratio reel with 65-pound braid. That's pretty much what stays on it all the time. It goes everywhere with me. I pretty much don't ever leave this thing at home. I've even used this for throwing swim jigs and stuff like that. If I'm throwing swim jigs around heavy cover, I want to be able to throw it on like a lot heavier line than what I typically do. Typically I'm throwing it on 20-pound fluorocarbon, but if I know that I'm going to want to be throwing it on like heavy 50, 65-pound braid, I'll bump a swim jig up onto this rod rather than the one that I typically throw that on. So it fits a lot of bills. If you need something that's going to be good multi-purpose across the board in a heavy action or a heavy power and like a fast action, this does really well for that. Now, fit and finish wise, component wise, stuff like that. This is an SC2 graphite blank. It's a really great quality blank. It's nice and sensitive. It's nice and light. I feel like this rod is just slightly tip heavy, which is one reason why I liked it so much for frogging. It's very well balanced, but I feel like it's just, and I know I said that on the last rod review, and I don't want people to start thinking that I just say that about every rod, but it's a little bit tip heavy, which made it really good for frogging, and it doesn't really create any kind of a problem or anything for me like that when I'm flipping and pitching. This is light enough and comfortable enough to have in my hand all day long and to never have an issue with it. Sorry if you hear a little bit of noise. That's my cat over here going crazy in the corner. So typically, like I said, this rod goes everywhere with me because it's Florida and I'm going to possibly need it just about anywhere I go. I like the cork. I don't love the cork. I like, personally, my preference would be a wind style or an EVA grip. Eventually, over time, cork needs maintenance. So if I'm going to give this a rating, you know, like I did in the last one, maybe that's what we do. We do a 5-star rating system. It's pretty easy to go by. I'd probably give this a 4 just because I don't like maintaining cork. Eventually, every cork rod handle is going to require some sort of maintenance. I don't want to have to put extra time into taking care of my stuff, to be honest with you. But anyway, overall, I put this thing through its paces. I've been using it for over a year. I've caught some huge fish on this thing, talking, you know, 8+ pound fish on it, multiples in a day. Still working pretty well for me. Don't feel like I need to replace it for any reason. I would highly recommend, if you're looking for a rod in that $120 price point, especially if you like cork handles. And if you're going to buy something with cork handles, just make sure that you maintain it regularly and it'll last you a long time. Again, I've taken this and I've repurposed it from just a frogging rod to frogging, pitching, punching, anything that I kind of need. And it does everything really well. I have no problems with it. I've been using it for a year. Nothing's breaking on it. It is covered by a 5-year warranty, which is, you know, St. Croix has different levels of warranties depending on what rod you buy. With the Bass X line, you get a 5-year warranty, and they're really good about honoring their warranty, and it's really pretty easy from what I understand. So, all in all, You really kind of can't go wrong if you're looking to spend that $120. St. Croix is a great name that has good backing behind it. It has a lot of success over the years of churning out good quality products that look and feel good. So check it out. Again, this is the St. Croix Bass X 7.4 Heavy Fast. Alright, so if you found any of the information in this video useful, please click the like button down below, hit the subscribe button, go hit the bell, turn on the notifications. I'll be doing more gear reviews coming up, rods, reels, all kinds of stuff. So please stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch up with you next time. Peace.